Today's video, we're going to be talking about false permabans. That's right. There is a large community of people who are gathering together about them getting false banned in Call of Duty. And the code shown when they were permabanned was Kazema Rhino. Now, this is something that I feel needs a lot of attention, not from us, but from Activision. But we all know how that's going to go. Today, we're going to be looking at a video It's Happer has put out because I want this video that he's put out to get as much noise as possible surrounding it. There are so many people claiming to have been falsely permabanned, and Activision just don't seem to be doing anything about it. And if you guys feel that you have been falsely permabanned with that code that was mentioned before, Kazema Rhino, contact It's Happer. I'm sure he'll be more than happy to help you out as much as he can. But let's take a look at the video It's Happer put out now.
Is Kazema Rhino Activision stealing its players' hard-earned money with the greatest theft in gaming history? Or is Kazema Rhino just a blanket statement of something within their anti-cheat that they're unable to fix due to their immense incompetency or willingness to acknowledge that there is a problem?
And then suggested that we downloaded it and tried it and all played together. I was really excited because I love FPS games, they're my favourite. I've never actually owned a COD game before, so trying.
So we already know at this point, based on this video, that people are reaching out to It's Happer, but not just texting and messaging him or contacting him via Discord, they're actually sending him videos to explain their problems. Kazema Rhino has hit a lot of people, and apparently after It's Happer has done a lot of PC scanning, he can confirm that a lot of these people have never had cheats or searched for cheats or downloaded cheats of any sort, and yet they have been permabanned. So it is definitely something I believe Activision need to be looking into.
Going out for the first time on my own account was quite exciting, and I had such high expectations because it was a COD game. And it's such a massive franchise and everyone was about COD, so I thought, yeah, this will be pretty good. And I was enjoying it. We were playing multiplayer games. I was really enjoying it. And then my game crashed. And when I reopened it, it said permanently banned Kazema Rhino.
And that's the code right there. If you were ever permanently banned and you received that reason, then you should really be reaching out to It's Happer. I will link his channel in the description below, as well as the original video link in the description below. So if any of you guys have this problem, you can go and get involved with the group of people who are also having the same issue. And hopefully more people together means more noise, which means that Activision will have to act upon it. Because a lot of people have paid for Modern Warfare 2 and been banned. Imagine buying a game, not cheating, and getting banned.
Kazema Rhino and everyone was tweeting about how it's a ban for cheating. I've never cheated in my life, so I immediately appealed it and was met with a generic email saying the decision is final. I was using unauthorized software and manipulating game data. I have never owned cheats in my life. I've played a lot of games. I love CSGO, but I would never cheat in it. I don't really understand why anyone would. But now I've got a back ban on my 8-year-old Steam account, and it's ruined my trust factor in games that I play quite a lot of, like CSGO. It takes me a long time to actually get into a game now, which is really frustrating. So yeah, after the appeal, I submitted a support ticket. That was actually met by someone that did reply to me, told me to appeal it and read the terms and conditions, which I had already done anyways, so they closed that. I then submitted another support ticket, which was ignored, and then another one, and then another one. I think I submitted 4 in total. They were all ignored and closed instantly. What would satisfy me as a customer would just be to remove the back ban from the Steam account and to sort the anti-cheat system. Clearly it's not doing, or maybe it is doing what it's supposed to do, but it's capturing something that it shouldn't be capturing. I don't know if it's Razer Synapse or ICUE or Logitech, but it could be any of those because I do have those installed, but that...
We already know at this point that the anti-cheat Activision have created doesn't do its job correctly, right? So imagine you're getting cheaters in the game that are able to cheat and not get banned, and yet there are a large group of people who are being falsely banned. How does this do anything other than cause confusion in the scene? But of course it would be classed as like daylight robbery from Activision as well, because they're taking account of people who have bought the game and not cheated, if everything stated in this video is in fact true. So how does that work? Activision's anti-cheat bans legit players but doesn't ban cheaters. What the fuck?
Justify a ban in for cheating when I was not cheating.
And if this has happened to you, make sure you stay to the end of the video for a bit of good news. Because after all, everything that most of you have already been through, you deserve a little bit of good news on a video that begins right now.
That was just the intro. Oh. What's happening?
What's up, what's good YouTube? Hope all is well and welcome back to the channel. I'm Hubba and I'm finally feeling like I'm getting back to 100% health after about a 2-week illness. I know you guys can probably still kind of hear it in my voice, but I'm doing my best. And quite frankly, being sick for 2 weeks, I got really bored. So let me apologize for the lack of content, guys. It's just that I would rather bring you top tier content instead of top quantity content. And I hope you appreciate that. But without further ado, on today's video, we're gonna talk about a topic we've already covered that absolutely needs much more attention applied to it because it's still happening. I'm talking about, of course, Kazuma Rhino bans. What is a Kazuma Rhino ban? Well, if you haven't heard, they're actually, for the majority of the people experiencing them, false bans for people that are playing Modern Warfare 2. In my expert opinion, the Kazuma Rhino bans, by far and large, are false bans, as I believe that everybody's experiencing some sort of false flag from the anti-cheat that isn't a nefarious software process. So today, I'm calling on every single viewer of this video to do me one simple single little favor. All I need you guys to do is like the video, then right after you do that, hit the share button. So YouTube not only promotes this video in the algorithm, it also makes more people aware that this is an issue that one day they themselves could have to face if we don't force Activision to do something about it. And I'll tell you exactly why sharing this video.
And I also want to say at this point that a lot of people have stated, oh, it's just a game, create a new account, but that's not the point. As you've already heard, you know, Trisha was having issues now with her Steam account and their trust issues because of that ban on her Activision account, because she purchased it through Steam. So there is like a domino effect of issues that happen afterwards. I'm looking forward to seeing how far he goes in this video.
Will exponentially.
And we do need to get this far and wide.
Information for those that are on the fence about whether or not Kazuma Rhino happens to actually be false in nature. Upon viewing the majority of these accounts and their Activision stats that come along with them, I can see the vast majority of these players have stats on their accounts that not only date back to the blackout days. While this isn't a knock on any of them, the vast majority of them have rather ordinary or below ordinary stats, with the exception of a few demons. Most of these people, I would lean towards the fact that they're casual players, and by far and large, casual players seem to be the ones most affected by the Kazuma Rhino bans. And a fair amount of these people were banned while they were attempting to play the campaign mode. And let's be honest, nobody's trying to cheat on the campaign mode. I'm pretty sure aim assist within the campaign mode is already cheating, so what would you need cheat for? In fact, on all the info
Imagine getting PERMA banned for playing the campaign mode. But I am sure there are people out there who would put cheats on in the campaign mode.
Yeah, there isn't any providers that provide cheats for campaigns. So I honestly don't think campaign cheats exist. And with that being said, some of these people that reached out to me had never or have never touched a COD multiplayer game. They strictly play the campaign mode. I know that's crazy. There's people that literally exist like that. What a bunch of weirdos. No, I'm sorry, that was rude, because even though they don't experience the joy that is COD multiplayer, trust me guys, you're not missing out on anything. These people were banned after trying to play the campaign mode, reached out through Activision support, and were given the typical canned response that they were banned for using a third-party software or application, aka cheating. While common knowledge would allow one to surmise that not every single person claiming that they were falsely banned was indeed banned under false pretenses, but the sheer number of people not only willing to allow me to remotely connect to their PCs and scan their PCs to try and discover any nefarious softwares that they may be trying to hide from me, but the astounding number of people, and get this, they decided to buy the game again and they got banned again, leads me to believe that a good portion of the people that are reaching out for help when it comes to their Kazuma Rhino bans were not cheating, or nor have they ever. In fact, I'd love for fellow YouTuber, the Deception Detective, to use his expertise to analyze some of the pleas for help some of these players have been sending me, including the clip that I used in the introduction of this video.
The only issue you've got here is that it could be like a multitude of things that's caused it. What if it's the people downloading the game have bought second-hand hardware and that hardware has already had the hardware ID ban from the previous owner. What if they've downloaded the software that contains coding that's similar to some of the cheats that Activision have got their anti-cheat trying to detect? There's a number of things that it could be. So it's easier at this point for Activision to just zip the lips, throw away the key, and never bring it up again. Especially when it's Happer bringing it up. Who's going to really touch on this? You would expect the likes of Jake Lucky, Modern Warzone, and other big news outlets for Call of Duty news to be speaking about this matter. There are thousands of people out there probably been hit by these false bans, and those false bans are on games that they've purchased. So what on earth is getting done about it? Nothing, because these people do not want you to realise that Activision is a broken game throughout, and that they just ignore their customer base if there's any issues, right? Unless it was hundreds of thousands of people, maybe millions, having this issue, Activision don't need to speak about it. It's only a very small problem to them, but it causes more confusion as well. How many people who've been permabanned in the past for cheating are going to claim that it was a false ban? We've seen it happen already. Wagnificent claimed his was a false ban, Torba claimed his was a false ban, and everyone else early on, when in reality they were all using engine owning. But this specific code, this specific reason, Kasema Rhino, is the one that's being called out for being a false ban reason, okay?
Honestly, it'd be much easier to share if we were on a platform, for lack of a better phrase, that allowed for my unrestricted opinions to be told. Kind of like Rumble. You guys are over on Rumble. Make sure after this video you head on over to Rumble.
I'll link his Rumble account down below as well.
While I know much other larger creators like Nero Cinema and BadBoy Beaman have briefly touched on the Kazuma Rhino bans, I wonder if they know that there's still an issue. And I still get messages every day from people that are getting banned for Kazuma Rhino. I do, however, know that their help on these issues would definitely escalate its notoriety, and maybe, just maybe, possibly we could eventually force an acknowledgement from Activision, or even better, maybe after they acknowledge it, they'll be like, shit, let's fix this, because if not, we got to give everybody's fucking money back to them.
That ain't gonna happen. They're not gonna fix it. Hopefully they do, but I mean, if it's between fixing it and giving money back, they'll fix it. Like, that's a fact. I'll give it a shout out. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you are having any of these issues, Happen is probably the best person to contact about this. He seems to be going in deep with it, and I'm looking forward to seeing what his findings are. I'm looking forward to seeing whether or not Activision do respond, although let's face it, they're not my biggest fan, so they're not going to respond to me. So maybe some of the other people that It's Happen has asked to speak out on the matter actually do, and we get a little bit more noise made on the matter. If you guys would like to help out, all you gotta do is smash the thumbs up, hit the share button, and that will help this video go out further to more people, and hopefully more people can get involved and make more noise. And let me know what you guys think about this in the comments below as well. And if you are new to the channel, subscribe, turn on notifications so you don't miss our future uploads. Until next time, I'll catch you on the flip side. Peace!